little bit of a change of plans here. A lot of the NY News guys couldn't join. Understandable. Had some things going on. Joe was going to join me, but he is not going to be able to because the way I normally do this with Zoom, I would use my computer laptop, or my computer laptop. I would use my laptop, but that is down right now, so that is not working. I got an update going, but it's taking forever. So it'll be like the old way right here where I get to have a little chat with you guys. So first and foremost, I'll give people some time to join, and then we will get to talking Yankee baseball. But I'll give everybody some time to join. If you don't mind, go ahead and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we will jump into really answering your guys' questions and talking about where this club is right now. Really, one thing I want to do is really give some pushback to some of these Yankee fans and some of the things they say on Twitter. It's so stupid. I mean, I don't know what to call it. And like, it's funny because I'm not looking to insult anybody, but when I'm like, man, you're ignorant or you just sound slow, I don't mean it as like an insult. I mean, it's like, man, read what I'm saying, then reevaluate what you're saying, because either you're new to baseball or you don't know what the hell is going on, right? So let me share this one more time, guys, to let everybody know that I am currently live right now, and then we will go from there. And please, guys, throw in as many questions as you want. Agree with me all you want. Disagree with me all you want. It's all good, folks. I'm going to take the hat off. Simonetti source hat could just chill. Keep that baby chilling. Give me a second, guys. Let me go ahead and share this baby out one more time. All right, cool. Perfect. Okay, so let me double check. See it? Still taking forever. But yeah, let's see. Everybody, I didn't see everybody's names in here yet. Let me lower these lights 1 second, guys. I'm in the little NYY News studio here, but I don't really care too much about how this thing looks. I just wanted to... All right, how am I lowering this? There we go. Let that one get a little lower. There we go. That's better for me. All right, so yeah, guys, let's jump right into it. The Yankees offense has been an absolute disaster. We know that already, right? The offense has not been good. Even today, some more errors on just the base paths of running. Gary Sanchez, again, just another boneheaded play. And the Yankees are just playing terrible baseball. And then you hear Aaron Boone talk, and it's the same nonsense. Time and time again, it's the same thing with this guy. I put a tweet out a little earlier before I got on, and I said, I think this is by far the most disliked Yankee manager of the past three. Torrey, and everybody else. So for me, that is how it is. Yeah, if anybody has an echo, let me know. Joe, is it good? We good, Joe? All right, cool. But please, guys, throw your questions in there, and again, as I get through this, we'll go from there. But for me, I mean, let me debunk this real quickly that you see a lot on Twitter, and I've had people respond to me as, oh, Pete, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's talk about what I mean here. Joe, you love me that much, bro. Let's talk about what I'm talking about. So I put a tweet out today. So a lot of you probably saw it, where I specifically said Brian Cashman has not done enough to fix this offense. We're already entering June. Only thing he did was Odor that he picked up on waivers, right? Okay, cool. You tried a little something. Hasn't been the greatest pickup, but he's done decently for the Yankees. As decent as the rest of the lineup, right? Besides Judge and a few others. But with that being said, right, I get this response, this really, really weird response of Yankee fans who say, well, he's going to wait till after the draft because nothing's available. What would you expect them to do? So you're new to this thing, aren't you? You got to be new to baseball. If you think that's the right approach, and there is no way that you could improve this club right now, even if it's waiver deals, even if it's minor trades, even if it's somebody that's productive in AAA, You can still improve this team. Now, my tweet is by all means not saying they're going to go out there right now and get Trevor Story or Ketel Marte, who I'm sure we're going to talk about quite a bit. The problem is, people for some reason feel like a GM can't improve a club before June. It's insanity. Because again, I'm going to debunk a couple of things here, this being one of them. That is the stupidest thing in the world. There's been 27 trades so far this year before June, okay? The Yankees being, I believe, one, maybe two of those deals, Odor being one of them. You can still go out there and improve this club. And I'm going to put these things together. The same people that go, Esteban Floriano is not ready. Who's he replacing? Mickey Mantle? What could you possibly mean? Look, Chris Gittins is ready right now when it comes to this offense. Okay? Everybody's on the table right now. I'm not talking about bring cats up from single A. Everybody is ready right now when it comes to this offense. I don't want to hear this nonsense that, he got a few bats in AAA. My man comes up here and he doubles the left center field, and they say, hey, thank you for the hit. Let's get you back down to the work on some stuff. If I was Floriano, I'd say, what am I working on to be on this club? Being better than Clint Frazier? Being better than Gardner at this point? We have no center fielder. We have no left fielder. When we've been struggling at first base all year. Even when Voit came back, he struggled. So what are we missing here? Does anybody get what I'm saying? Everybody understands what I mean here? It's the most idiotic mindset of a fan base that I have ever seen. Maybe some of you are not old enough to remember, I believe it was '05, when the Yankees were playing like trash. They said, oh, here's what we're going to do. Cano, if you guys remember Robinson Cano, they said the bat was ready, but his defense was not good. The Yankees called him up. They called up Chin-Ming Wong. They made changes in the outfield. They said enough is enough. If the guys on the field aren't going to do it, we're going to get somebody up here who's going to do it. Simple as that. You're not replacing 280. Floriano doesn't have to come up here and hit 270. Floriano could come up and hit 225 and be better than what we got. Because he gives you a new look. Gittins could come up. Hell, I don't care. I know for a fact Gittins is probably not going to light the world on fire. But he's a different look. What are we getting from Mike Ford? What are we getting from Mike Ford? You have to make changes. It's as simple as that. And I'm telling you, man, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. You guys know me, that's been on here for a long time. I'm not the dude that comes at people for no reason. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to insult you. A lot of you have rode with me since the beginning. I was telling my friend today, since the car videos. I'm not the dude that goes out there to attack my supporters or my friends that watch me. That's not who I am. But I got to question your baseball knowledge if you're sitting back there saying, wait until after July 13th to make a move. After July 13th, give up the team. Sell them. Deal the club. Because we're not looking to win if that's the case. Nobody can convince me of that. You can't go with a 154 batting average. What are you doing the whole time? Thank you for the commenters on here that got half a fucking brain. Excuse my language. But what are we doing here? I said a post a while back. I hope to God I'm wrong. That this team's never going to win under Aaron Boone. I don't believe they are. I hope I'm wrong because I want to be wrong to see my Yankees win. At the end of the day, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I want the Yankees to win. If that means me being wrong, cool. All day. I'll be wrong every day to see the Yankees win. But there's logical and not logical things the Yankees can do to be better. And folks, they can do that right now. Give me one reason why Esteban Floriano truly should not get an extended look as of now. reason why Esteban Floriano should not be getting a decent look. If everybody agrees with me, cool. If somebody disagrees with me, please let me know. Because I talk about this on Twitter, and it's like you got some Yankee fans out there that must be 12. If you aren't going to play the prospects you have to trade prospects... Anybody? Does anybody think right now we should continue on with the way this offense is right this instant and leave it alone? David Peralta will be a wonderful option, but anybody is. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here, is that just about anybody right now is a good option. Because you don't have what's up here at the level doing it. My boy Joe, I forget his full name. But I retweeted his tweet because he said the same thing. For the cats who are saying that Floriano's not ready, our 6 through 9 hasn't been ready all year. So what are you guys talking about? What makes Clint Frazier more appealing right now than Esteban Floriano because he had a couple of good games last year? Jamie, I'm there with you. Look, I'm not saying Esteban Floriano's the savior. It doesn't even have to be him. But you got to give the offense a different look. You're playing the same game. And folks, I'm going to go over a few different things. And I'll get to your questions throughout. I see you guys throwing names out there. And we'll talk about the trades that the Yankees can make and make them logical. We're going to talk about logical trades that the Yankees can make, no doubt about it. But you got to start somewhere with this offense. So I see a lot of people just talk about, yeah, Pete, but, Floriano may not make a difference, or Gittins may not make a difference. But, folks, you can't sit with where you are right now. That's obvious, guys. That's obvious. You cannot continue to let this club keep going out there day after day after day after day and play this way. And somebody else brought a great point up until my next conversation, the coaching staff. Hal Steinbrenner got, I tell you, he has patience. Because me, they're gone already. Aaron Boone is fired. If they're ever warranted a firing mid-season, Aaron Boone is that guy. There's no doubt about it. Somebody made a good point. Somebody said, Pete, if you don't want to hold the offense accountable to Aaron Boone or even anybody on the coaching, typically it is the manager you hold their feet to the fire no matter what happens, right? He said, fine. But the base running blunders, the team looking so lackadaisical, the defense, the approach, the philosophy, that has to go to your manager at some point. At some point, you got to say, this team doesn't step up to the plate for this manager. He has to go. And I'm all in agree. I agree with that 100%. He's right. At some point, you do have to say, whether it's analytics, whether it's this or that, Aaron Boone is the manager of this ball club. And if he's not cutting it right now and the team's not doing it, he's the fall guy. Does that mean they're going to be the greatest team ever? Not necessarily. But you got to be able to make a change. L.I. Yankee King, I appreciate that, man. It's time to sell off pieces. Look, I'm not there yet. L.I. Yankee King, I give you a hard time sometimes, bro, but you know why I do it. And that's why I give you this platform to come on here, because I like to share my platform with other Yankee fans. And look, I disagree with a lot of your ideas, but there's no doubt about it, a shakeup is needed. There's no doubt about it that a shakeup is needed. So, look, guys, I've said it so many times, and I won't keep ranting on this one thing. I want to get to your guys' questions, and I want to have conversation back and forth with you guys and read off a lot of your comments. Aaron Boone, to me, is useless. Aaron Boone should be fired. Brian Cashman got to go. Let's also remember, 2009, the Yankees bought everybody under the order of George Steinbrenner, who knew he was passing away and he wanted to win in maybe what will be his last year of watching this club. And the Yankees won. They spent a lot. They went out there to get guys. After Steinbrenner's passing, all the reins were basically handed over to Brian Cashman to be the president and everything else of this ball club. He was basically in total control. You build this team. You do what you got to do. You start the philosophy. The philosophy has not worked. That is not hard to understand. This philosophy has been a major, major, major failure. So he has to go too. There's no denying it. You need a new philosophy on this club. Look at all the prospects Brian Cashman has held on to that has not worked. Or that we could have traded guys for and never did it because for some reason, we're the Yankees that have this great payroll that can build a farm system but can't seem to let guys go when you possibly need it. So yes, I am all for if the Yankees don't win the World Series this year, you got to clean house. Do I think it happens? No. I think the Yankees keep Boone. I think the Yankees keep Cashman. I'd be shocked if they got rid of them, to be honest. So that's where I'm at on that. I, of course, wanted to do the Zoom and the round table so I could get you guys actually on to talk. But I'm gonna go to your guys' comments now. So any comments from here on, I'm gonna start reading. If you guys got trade scenarios you want me to discuss, players you want me to discuss, I'll be able to do that. And we will go from there. Cash gets credit for Gio, Voit, and Brocious, but guys come up from nowhere all the time. Nobody's screwed up more opportunity than Cashman. I agree 100%. I mean, Drew, all you got to do is look at the pitchers he's missed out on. Hal got to stop worrying about the luxury tax. Look, if you guys watch the, I think it might have been the first, it was either the first or second round table we did. I said on there that I got news today at that time that the Yankees were going to be interested in Trevor Story. Before I posted anything, I reached out to my number one source, who I call Mr. Reliable, that I always tell you guys about, who's always very, very accurate. And I asked him and a few other beat writers who I speak to now also about what do they think about that. He told me flat out he does not see the Yankees spending money, so I shouldn't put it out there. That's why I never tweeted about it. I said there'll be interest and there'll be conversation, but I don't know where it goes from here. So we'll see what happens with that. Why would the Dodgers trade Sager? Yeah, I don't think Sager's not going to be traded. That wouldn't make any sense at the moment right now. Between Eric Kratz and Showalter, who do I think would be a pick for a manager? You guys have heard me say before that I absolutely love Eric Kratz. I like the ability of the new and old that he could work with, but I also think Buck Showalter is not far from that. He's not your Tony La Russa type, so he's not your guy who is so old school that he's not going to listen to things like analytics. He's not going to listen to what other players think and feel and the way the game is changing. I don't see Showalter being that guy who's missing out on stuff like that. So as of right now, I would certainly consider a guy like Buck Showalter for the Yankees. I think they need that. Mr. Thompson, my good friend, thank you. I appreciate that. Yankees are going to waste Garrett Cole's prime years. When was the last time the Yankees had a pitcher of this caliber? You can argue CC Sabathia, but I've said it before. They haven't had somebody like Cole in a very, very long time. Cole is by far superior to what Sabathia ever was with the Yankees. And you're right, they are wasting his time. I said it early on. They got to win a World Series in his first 3 years, and I stick to that. I'm not saying Cole is not going to be a really good pitcher in the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh year, or sixth year, whatever it is. But I do think they got to win early on with him. That is your best shot. You got to capitalize on it. They haven't done that. Cole is by far better than CC ever was. As of right now, not even close. It's just a hard team to watch right now. Peralta would be a great fit. You know, Andrew, you can love prospects, right? But you also got to understand about these prospects. You can't just... Loving prospects is one thing. Hugging prospects is another. To have the mindset that every prospect is going to work out is a recipe for failure. Amy says, "Hey Amy, how you doing? Would you trade Davey Garcia, Esteban, Floriano, and Clark Schmidt for Joey Gallo? No. The reason being, let me explain real quick. I don't think it's going to cost that much to get Gallo. I think one of those guys and some lower level guys gets you Joey Gallo. And I'll say this about Joey Gallo. Because a lot of Yankee fans I see are like, oh, go get us Gallo and that's all we need. I don't think so. Now look, would I be upset if the Yankees got Joey Gallo? No, for a couple of reasons. One, he's Italian. No, that's not a reason. Great defensively, which is nice. But he makes the lineup maybe a little better, but I can't get with that. I can't get with that because, again, yeah, he could walk. Great defense. We know that, right? Excuse me, I'm sorry. We know that already, but that's not what I'm personally here for. They need somebody to put the ball in play a little more. I wouldn't be upset by it, depending on what they give up, but not my number one guy. My number one guy is a man called Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte is by far my number one guy for the Yankees. He makes the most sense. Arby says Aaron Boone is currently with the team at a bowling alley. Yeah, he probably is. So yes, my guy will be Marte 100%. Pete, what moves would you make to make the Yankees better right now? Marte's definitely the guy. Marte's definitely the guy. No doubt about it. No matter what the cost is, to me, there's not a big enough cost right now to get a guy like Marte on this club. First of all, he fits them perfectly. Second of all, his contract is beautiful. I think the last year of his player options is like $10 million only. That's the highest he gets, and that's in like 2026 or 2025. I think 2025. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's controllable for like 4 years at like less than $10 million a year. He's getting less than Hicks would be getting. So that's about as funny as it gets. But you give away anything for this guy. You give away anything for him. And Mike, they should ask for a ransom. Thoughts on Clint Frazier's future? He doesn't have one anymore. There's no, Clint was finally given the shot to be plugged into everyday left field. He doesn't have that no more. He doesn't have that no more. Thank you, Arby. So yeah, 2025. He has 4 years left. So yes, you do whatever it takes to get him. I mean, Garcia's on the table, Smith's on the table, Medina's on the table, Perez is on the table. The only guy you don't look to trade right now, unless it's like a Trout type thing, which is not going to happen, is Dominguez, because you got to see what he is. It's too early to deal him, but Austin Wells, all those guys are on the table, if you ask me. Because again, folks, that window is real. There is a such thing as a window, and that window is closing. Yeah, exactly. Until there's a new GM and a manager. What did I just click? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Clicked the wrong thing here. All right, I'll leave it on. I don't care. Where was that one at? Exactly. Said until there's a new GM and manager, which I don't see changing. Because Hal have to. Yeah. I mean that's my whole thing too. I personally don't see the Yankees making any changes there. I don't. Pete, your thoughts on the upcoming Rays and Red Sox series? They're all must wins. I mean, this homestand could bury the Yankees. They could literally bury the Yankees this homestand. So it will be very, very interesting to see what happens. Bryant will be nice. He could play multiple positions. So Chris Bryant wouldn't be bad, but Marte is by far the best fitting player for this club. Even a guy like Adam Frazier would be terrific. He could play left or right field also. So Frazier could play second base. He could play third base. He could play left. He could play right. I don't like him at shortstop. I think he's played a little there, but not really. Second base is probably his best position, but he could play left field. And right now, you take a risk with that. It's not like he's never played there before. He's played the outfield a lot. But he's a guy that puts the ball in play. These are the type of guys the Yankees really need to get this offense going. They need guys that can score runs without waiting for homers. I mean, the way the Yankees offense is right now, they got no shot at winning anything. So yes, you really got to pinpoint the offense. You have to. You have to. You have to. And if Boone can't light a fire under these guys, you got to get somebody else to. Marte and Merrifield are the two guys I drew for. Joe, I'm there with you, man. I don't think Merrifield is as likely as a Marte is. I think Arizona being so damn bad. And Kansas City had many chances to trade Merrifield. They haven't done it yet. So I think Marte is more of an option. If Arizona really wants to get a haul back, I mean, what would you guys consider a deal? I mean, I'm all for Garcia, Schmidt, whoever they want. Anybody whose name is not Dominguez, I'm down for. When will Sevy come back? Well, there was the report today that he's going to start throwing simulated games. So you're probably looking at a good maybe month and a half from now, probably more after All-Star break, maybe before, but I'm not gonna count on before the All-Star break. I think we're looking at Sevy well after the All-Star break, if not a little after it. But he's an addition on the rotation. That hasn't been the major issue. Marte's missed some of the year, but I think he's hitting like 345. I think he homered today and made a great play or something like that. I remember seeing it. But if anybody wants to check, again, I don't have my computer. It's still loading. That's why I'm not doing the Zoom call, unfortunately. 323 is what he's hitting right now. Do you think the Yankees' struggles continue? They do some selling. You know, before that point ever happens, they gotta get rid of Boone. If it ever gets to the point where the Yankees are sellers, you gotta flip the whole thing. You know what I mean? You gotta flip the whole thing. If it ever came to that point where we're near the deadline and the Yankees are, you know, well out of everything, which I don't necessarily see happening, you gotta dump Boone. There's no way you become a seller if you keep the manager. I mean, that would be pure insanity. And you start looking at next year. You know, that's all you can do. Arby, yeah, that probably will be on the pitching side. I mean, I don't know what type of move this team does make. Am I confident they will go out there and give what it would take to get a Marte? No, I'm not. Would I be shocked if the acquisition is Gallo? No, because that just reminds me of a Brian Cashman move. That reminds me all day of a Brian Cashman move. Carl, I mean, I think they're keeping Boone because of that. I mean, I don't know what else I could do. And look, folks sometimes thinks like, oh, Pete's just, you know, he's overreacting or he's joking. The minute this man said that a Major League umpire was bullying him, he's gone. And then, oh, well, the rest of the league is struggling too, so it's not only us. What are you, 6? He took the cookie from the jar too. I've never seen a manager like this, folks. I've never seen a manager like this. I've never seen it. Lee, no, I could talk about Chris Gittens. So Gittens is another guy, you know, that's going to come up, he'll pop a homer every now and then, he'll strike out. But look, Lee, it's like I said early on, a new look is a good look. There's nothing wrong with it. You got to mix something up from somewhere. Flo and Gittens should be up right now. Right now. Look at what we heard after the game today. The same shit. You hear the same thing from Boone. We got to play better. We got to get better. We got to get better. Hey, look, Matt Blake right now can hold his head high. The pitching has been all right. You know what I mean? Matt Blake can hold his head up. The pitching's been okay. Guys, if you don't mind, get the likes up. I don't like the number 13, so let me get off that number, please. No, if anybody says I'm overreacting when it comes to Boone, you're out your mind. You're out your mind, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Aaron Boone. I don't know what else he has to show people that he's not ready to manage this club. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where what anybody could be watching to say this should be the manager of this ball club. He is the problem. I'm beginning to believe more and more, Johnny, that he is a huge part of this team's problems. Who do I replace Boone with? Look, if it's a midseason type thing, I truly do look at a guy like Buck Showalter because again, you know, Buck is old school. Don't get me wrong, but he's more new school than old school than a Tony La Russa is. So give me a Buck Showalter. You need somebody, man, that will come in and say, guys, nah, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Look, Gary Sanchez should have been on the bench immediately with that play. It was nice to see emotion from Gleyber Torres today. I mean, there's nothing else Aaron Boone needs to show me. He needs to go. Contact hitting, Connor, I'm there with you, man. Contact hitting is a must, but look, I've been preaching this for years now under this ball club. The offense has never changed. Brian Cashman does the same thing year after year after year. Jamie, you've been calling for Buck for a minute, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Gleyber can't field, we know that, but it's nice to see emotion. He's pissed off by it. Good, I'm happy to see that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different ways this team could go. You know, I said it before. As a GM of the Yankees, tough decisions is what you got to do. I was looking at a couple of different things, man. There's a lot of different things the Yankees could do. You want to know one of them? Let me tell you guys one of them. Unfortunately, you may have to say bye to somebody you don't necessarily want to say bye to. Maybe like a Luke Voit. And I love Luke Voit. I love him. I love Luke Voit. But I think we're all in agreement here that Gleyber Torres is not a shortstop. He's not a shortstop. How do we know how much this is hurting him? And let me tell you what I mean by that. If you ever traded Voit, and I'm not raising my hand being like, yo, trade me Luke Voit. I want Voit gone. I love Luke Voit. You guys know that. I love Luke Voit. But as a GM with a club with this payroll and what this club is capable of and what you got now with Garrett Cole and the rotation looking decent, you got to make a tough choice. If Voit comes back and the Yankees are near the deadline, they go, man, look, if we're able to make some sort of deal, whether we get a center fielder back, can Voit be part of a Marte deal? Possibly. He's under control for years to come. Why not? Can he be part of a larger deal? Of course he could be. But here's my thing. You can move DJ LeMahieu over to first base. You can then give second base back to Gleyber Torres, put him in his natural position, get yourself a shortstop like maybe a Brandon Crawford, who's having a decent year. Very good with the glove. You know the Garrett Cole, relationship is there. Doesn't even matter. But again, a guy that can field, a guy that can put the ball in play, pop the ball a little bit, play decent defense. But again, immediately, he makes the dynamic of the infield feel better. So he makes that alone look better. So, and I'm just throwing some shit out the wall to see if something were to stick. But there's something you have to do. Yeah, look, man. Eli, let me get to your question. And, man, I appreciate that again. Thank you. If I'm the Yankees, I'm shopping everybody besides Cole, Judge, Torres, Urshela, Severino, Green, Monty, Higgy, Frazier, Chappie, and Britton. Well, I mean, that's a lot of the roster, so I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think guys could be up there for options to deal. There's nothing wrong with getting offers for your players. Nothing wrong at all. Stan should have never been required if he was supposed to be a DH. So that's what I feel about that. Is there any chance of getting rid of him? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how you get rid of him now. Yeah, I don't see how you get rid of Stanton. I just don't. Does it affect this club? There's no denying it hurts this team. There's no denying it. But it doesn't take a genius, guys. It just takes some common sense and regular baseball knowledge to understand the club you're putting out there 1 through 9 isn't working. They're not working. And for whatever the hell reason, we got a GM who is telling us, you know, our young stud, Esteban Floriano, this young man who is starting to look a little better. Well, if he comes up here, he's going to struggle horribly. Yet you put guys out there every single day that are struggling horribly. LA Yankee King, just an FYI, if you didn't know, Park has been in the Yankee system for a while. He started to rank as a higher level prospect. Spent a lot of time, I believe, in low A, and finally is working his way up. You might as well put Tyler Wade at second base than Park. And trust me, one thing I'm pretty good with is Yankee prospects. No, that's not how you run this club, my man. That's not how you run this club. Not at all. Not at all. Trey's another guy that if he has a future, he'll be a fourth outfielder. Floriano has thousands of at-bats at this point in the minor leagues. Yes, not at high A, but has done pretty well at double A. And a lot of people actually consider double A more challenging because that's where a lot of your major prospects are. So if you actually ask and talk to a lot of scouts, a lot of them actually look at double A. That's why you see a lot of double A to the majors jumps. Look, guys. You guys know me, man. I keep it as real gets. Floriano may come up here and struggle. But that's not even the point. The point here is that he's on the 40-man and he's an option, and you gotta see what that option is. Simple as that. You gotta see what your man can do. You know he got power. We know he got speed. We know he could play defense. The one thing we know about him is that he's probably going to strike out, and he doesn't have the best pitch recognition. That's okay because, look, you got guys, again, 1 through 9 who are not doing that right now. Give somebody else a chance, and look, you never know what a young prospect does when he gets to this level. You never know the difference that he feels playing at this level. And I'm actually very impressed. If you guys heard Floriano talk, I'm just very impressed about his demeanor. He has a great demeanor even during his press conference when they talk to him. You can see his demeanor is there. Like, look, I want to be here. You know what I mean? I love that demeanor about a guy who is craving to be at this level. And for whatever reason, it's the perfect opportunity, and he's not here. It's been time to shake it up. This game didn't show us nothing we didn't know. This game today hasn't shown us nothing we didn't know. We knew all of this. Jamie, and he could pop the ball. He got power. If you guys saw that, man, he got what we call strong wrist. Okay? If you guys know a lot about baseball, anybody who's able to go to the opposite field so easily got what you call in baseball a strong wrist. Meaning they don't get floppy. They don't just slap the ball to left field if they're a lefty hitter. He could pop the ball to left field. You see guys like Luke Voigt who easily hit the ball to right. Judge, we know. But lefty guys that do this type of swing like that, he simply pop. His swing, he has a strong follow-through throughout the ball. So anywhere in the outside corner, he could pop the ball out because he got strong wrists. That's what that means. It means his bat speed doesn't have to slow down to go to left field. There's a lot of players, Brett Gardner for an example. He doesn't have that ability. So Gardner's going to slap the ball to left field because he's not going to pop him out to left field. There's a lot of lefty hitters that are able to do that. Griffey was another guy who had the same stroke no matter what it was. Obviously had the pop and the strong wrist to take the ball to left center. Jim Thome, guys like that, and there's many of them. Those are just examples. But Floriano has that ability. He has the ability to go to left field easily by just sticking the bat out. So you know the type of tools this player has. It's now just the call-up. And it's the extended showing. It's the month of June. My God, because, hey, Brian Cashman said, I'm not making a deal till after July 13th, so shit, let me give Flo June. That's why I'm pissed. Think about it. I'm not making a deal till after the draft. The draft ends July 13th. What do we do? Give the boy June. Give Ginn some time. What's the wait? And don't give me the, oh, they're not ready. Guys, you can't say that when your lineup's in at 150. What do I do with the catching situation? I tell you what, Arby, I've said it for a while. Look, people talk about this all the time. I'm not even looking for offense. Guys, Gary Sanchez isn't it no more. He's not going to fit here, man. He's not going to fit here. Look, this is what I've said for a while. You got another option on trades. Another team, and I know, people get nervous, but the Yankees make a lot of trades with the Pirates. I'm going out there, I'm picking up a guy like a Jacob Stallings. Let me tell you why. Great with pitchers. Very good defense. Puts the ball in play. Finally coming around a bit offensively. He's not this super slugger, so when you get him, you just say, cool, we got a starter who can catch all of our starting pitchers. He's that guy. He's a smart catcher. And I do feel like with catching being so bad in this league, you're not going to find many guys out there that's going to carry you offensively. I love the idea of Jacob Stallings. I love the idea of a Kyle Crick, who's a bullpen arm, very, very good. The closer on the Pirates is also another option. God, his name is running amok right now. I can't think of it. My goodness. Anybody want Rodriguez, I believe? Anybody want to help me? Is it Richard Rodriguez? The Yankees were interested in him. Last year I reported it that the Yankees were interested in him. But if anybody wants to throw his name out there, I think it's Rodriguez. I want to say Rodriguez. Rodriguez, another very, very good good arm out there. But again, guys, it doesn't have to be the sexy moves. The sexy move is Marte. We know that. But they could go out there and make moves to improve this club. Can the Yankees possibly strike a deal where they're able to get a Adam Frazier and a Jacob Stallings? An Adam Frazier and a Kyle Crick? It doesn't take a genius to maybe lift a finger. Look. If the Yankees went out there and go, look, we're going to give Flo a shot. We're able to pick up Adam Frazier and Stallings. That's the big deal we make. I'm okay with those. I'm okay with those. Because they do need a different look. No, nobody's trading DJ LeMahieu. Would it shock anybody that LeMahieu in the second half hits 340? Would anybody be shocked by that? I know I wouldn't be. Would I be shocked if he has a down year? No. It happens. Am I trading him? No. I'm not, because DJ LeMahieu will turn it on, and he'll turn it on any time, and I do believe he still will. So, yeah, I'm definitely not giving up on what I believe is the best Yankee hitter still. I truly believe that. I think DJ LeMahieu is the best all-around player this team has, so I'm going to leave it alone. I mean, Perry. Oh, who said that? AJ. AJ. Think about what the Yankees are telling you and then look at their roster. You're being told that guys like Gittins and Floriano aren't ready, but they're giving Major League at-bats to Mike Ford. Drew, I would say definitely Jameson Taillon, I believe. I want to say yes to Taillon. I am unfamiliar if he caught Cole. I think he's entering maybe year number 5. Maybe year number 5 Stallings is entering, but that's the guy I'd pick up. 100%. DJ hasn't done a great job of going to right field as much this year either. So that's one thing I've definitely noticed. By the way, guys, I'm loving a new camera on the Samsung S21 Plus Ultra. The Ultra Transformer Optimus Prime 36246 SL 2200 Prime Ultraman. Yeah, so I'm loving the camera on my new phone, man. I love it. May it make Gio Urshela the starting shortstop? Arby, Samsung all day, Arb. You know what I mean? Plug where I got it? My phone? I got my phone from Verizon. I'm a Verizon wireless kind of guy. Oh my goodness, folks. Tame still got a job. A lot of these guys got jobs, guys, and I don't understand how. But they do. They got jobs. Oh, my goodness. Joshua says Team Apple all day. Yeah, my household, me and my fiance, she has Apple. I got Android. So, yeah, we agree on what is better. This camera on this phone, I think it's superior. It's not even close comparable to Apple. Apple is nowhere near the level of talent on this phone. I mean, this phone's unbelievable for making videos and stuff like that. Hell, I could shoot a movie on this damn thing. They got a mode on this phone, right? It's called Director's View. And it actually allows you, because I think there's like six cameras on this damn thing. But it allows you to take like a multiple shot of me right now, and then on the other side, 3 different angles of 3 different positions. It's crazy. I don't know if any other phone has it, but I love it. It's amazing. Other phones probably have it. Who knows? Why is the max 144? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if it's my system setup. I have no idea. Maybe because I'm using a front camera too. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody has more job security than what a lot of these Yankees have right now. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I mean, it's an absolute joke. But they're going to keep running them out there. They're going to keep running them out there. You know what I mean? They're going to keep they're going to keep running this team out there. I believe this actually shoots in 8K. I just never actually made a video. When I make videos, the program I render them in, I typically do just 720 because it's quicker to run it that way. But I could do, I believe, up to even, is it 8K? 8K, 4K, some shit like that. But has obviously one of the, I think the top on the market right now for a cell phone. So maybe I'll do that one day just to see if there's such a major difference. Do the Yankees need a new owner? I mean, this one, I would love to get a guy like George again, man. But unfortunately, his kids aren't like him. His kids aren't like him. So, you know, his kids seem more along the lines of they're convinced that, you know, you don't got to spend like that. And you don't have to, but you got to make smart moves. And they just don't do that. You know, Cashman hasn't been the best at doing things like that. All right, guys. So we're about 50 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And I got to work on finishing up my album. So I'm going to work on finishing up a couple of songs on my album here. Getting that stuff together for probably most of the rest of the night. If you guys want to message me, please DM me. Feel free to do so. Amy, I appreciate it. There's so much more that hasn't been heard yet on this album coming out. Probably going to be 2 parts. Because ever since I had my incident, my accident, whatever you want to call it, and I'm still recovering from it, mind you. I had a tough night the other night, but all is well. All is well, guys. I guess I can't eat certain foods anymore, so I started feeling so good. I was like, oh, let me have this salad that got raw onions in it and Kalamata olives and balsamic vinegar, and then I was like, oh yeah, you have GERD, my man. You can't do that. And after it, GERD is so bad. So if anybody has GERD, GERD is basically heartburn on steroids, and basically what you get from it is such a bad heartburn where it literally feels like you're having a heart attack. So it sucks. It sucks really bad. So yeah, your boy was feeling so good. I was like, oh, I can eat anything again. And yeah, nah, wasn't a good idea. So I'm still recovering from that, and it's been like 3 or 4 days now. But it stays with you for a minute. And yeah, it's all about just eating healthy. If you guys don't know, my God, I've lost so much weight. I'm feeling so good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. But yeah, for the album, real quickly, if anybody is interested, I never asked you guys to follow my music or like my music. Of course, I share it on Twitter for the people who like it and who enjoy it. It's not for everybody, but for the people that like it, I appreciate it. There's a lot of music you haven't heard yet. I have a lot of features on it, but I think I'm going to keep that as a separate part 2 album. But the first album is going to be all solos. There is nobody else on the album but me. So when I had my accident, I was halfway done with it. I was like, probably, maybe like an April release, and that was in January. So it's going to be released when it's ready, and that'll be at some point in the next couple of months probably. Get back into the regular studio, not here. Here's where I sample my music and I get used to recording the verses, and I write and I record it. But it's not where I actually do the actual final touches and whatnot. So with that being said, God bless you guys. Oh, God bless our troops. By the way, if you guys get any friends and family members out there that are military veterans, tell them the source tells them God bless you and we appreciate your service. For the men and women who have passed away, again, also thank you for your sacrifice. It's the ultimate sacrifice. And we absolutely adore you and love this country that we are allowed to do everything that we are allowed to do. Mr. Thompson, thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. So I have to answer also. Pete, to add to your Stanton point, the worst part of his deal is he can't play the field, which absolutely handcuffs the DH spot. If he played the field, then we could trade Frazier. I agree with you 100%, my friend. Sal, my friend, thank you for joining. You're joining a bit late, though, pal. So watch the replay. I'm going to get ready to jump off here. Got some work to do. But please watch the replay. It's going to go up immediately. Thank you for getting in. Thank you, guys. And I'll start doing more live chats, with me on here alone. Definitely where the deadline comes around. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, safe, and blessed Memorial Day. God bless you guys. Thank you.